New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. I just want to say for this topic of this video, for a lot of the women who might just so happen to see it or would like to leave a comment, because I know a lot of people don't happen to make it to the end of the videos when I happen to post these. It would be great if you would leave a comment on how it is that you feel or your perception of this video. And, maybe I might just so happen to turn this into a live stream topic where you guys can just so happen to chime in and talk about these things and and different things of that nature. But like I said, if that is something that you are interested in, let me know about that in the comment section below, and we can probably make it happen. All right, so this is something that I saw online, and I wanted to bring this up as a topic. For the greater duration of my life, I've always heard from women that, there are no good men out here. All men are dogs. All men are cheaters. All men are this. All men are that. All men are bad. Right? I've heard everything negative. Right? And a lot of women have listed their experiences. Right? Which, no problem. You've had those experiences. You're allowed and you're able to share those experiences. And for me, right, when people share experiences, I would think that you're sharing those in hopes that other people will, in a sense, learn from the mistakes that were made, from the wrong choices that were made, right? But what ends up happening is that those uh, experiences get transformed into a type of generalization, as I stated to you before, when it deals with men. So one woman situation becomes basically all men basically did this, or all men are basically doing this, or if they haven't done it yet, they are going to do it later. So no matter how anything transpires, there's always, in a sense, an answer for why it is that a man, did what it is that he did. But the main point here is that you have a lot of women that continuously say that there are no such thing as good men, that good men don't exist, or that they can't seem to find them, right? No problem. I can understand that, like a needle in a haystack, right? But then at the same time, you still end up pregnant. So if you're not getting pregnant by a good man, then who are you being impregnated by? And who are you allowing to impregnate you? See, this is when it comes to, as I've stated to people before, where it comes to acknowledgement, when it comes to acceptance and responsibility of your own actions. It's easy to sit up there and blame somebody else to justify any type of misactions, any type of wrongdoing, any type of lack of responsibility for the choices that you decided to make in the individual that you wanted to lay down with, right? If the whole thing is that all men are dogs, right? You know that if you sleep with a dog, then you're going to get fleas, right? Or if you deal with somebody that is negative in nature, then you are going to incur those negative things that that person is going to bring either to you or to your life. So, like I said before, if there are no such thing as good men out there, then who specifically are women getting impregnated by and allowing those said individuals to basically lay down and sleep with them and create children? Like, who are these individuals? Why are you choosing these individuals? You can't say the excuse is, well, there's no good men out here, so what do you want me to do? Well, you should do what is in the best interest for you in order to, let's say, get money, in order to provide for yourself, in order to establish a business, in order to up your education, in order to get the bank account that you want, in order to, buy the things that you've always wanted to buy, or get the car that you wanted to get, or in order to get the vacation that you wanted to get. None of those things that I listed have to do with sleeping with the wrong guy. Everything that I listed are things that women can take on. Those are challenges that women can take on for themselves and basically build themselves up step by step and basically make it to each and every mark that I listed. So, like I said before, I'm really trying to understand the logic by saying that there are no such thing as good men out here, because the one thing that I try to explain to a lot of women is that when you just so happen to use that logic, you're not just only talking about just men. You're also talking about your sons. You're also talking about your fathers. You're also talking about, your uncles, your best friends, and different things like that. You're encompassing and talking about all of them, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. That's specifically, what you're doing. This also goes back to another conversation that I had during a live stream with a woman who, ended up saying some stuff, during the chat, specifically about black men, and that she said that black men don't specifically uh, protect black women the way that white men protect white women. And after I told her to come directly into the conversation, into the live stream, to basically expound upon what it is that she was specifically referring to, she, in a sense, switched up and changed her stance. And the main thing that I was asking her is that if you feel this way, then who are the men that you have specifically chosen or allowed into your life that has given you this type of ideal, who has ingrained this into your soul, into your being, as to why it is that you feel the way that you do about black men. And as I dug deeper and deeper, she basically stated, in a sense, because I was asking her, I'm like, hey, do you have a preference? She said, I used to believe in a preference, but really I don't believe, in a preference anymore. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go with that. So tell me about the first guy that you were with. She said that the guy was, you know, uh, 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 a gambler. He basically had, his addiction, and there was a variety of other negative things that were there too. I was like, okay, let's continue on with the next one. And I think he also went to jail, right? So we went to the next one. She said that didn't work out because he was a nice guy, right? But he was selling drugs and he went to jail. She was like, I'm not going to wait for him. Okay, nice guy, but he was selling drugs, doing illegal stuff, and he went to jail. Okay. So then she went to the current person that she was with, which is basically her husband of, I think, about like 13 years. And she stated that the person, um, I think he cheated on her. He also lied to her as well. He also put hands on her as well. And he also belittled her as well. And I simply told her, I'm like, you just told me that you don't have a preference, but you do. You have a preference for guys that you know are going to mistreat you, that you know aren't any type of good, or that aren't beneficial to basically add on to your life. Every guy that you've listed to me has been detrimental to your life in one way or another. It's been either detrimental to you physically, detrimental to you mentally, or detrimental to you in both ways, or including affecting your kids in what it is that they are perceiving and able to view by what is taking place with you and the actions that both adults are taking. So, like I said before, I'm doing this more so as a discussion, in a sense, to try to like really understand the logic that women have when they state that no good men, exist. Like they're just like really not out there, or different things like that. Because if that is the case, then how is it possible that you are still getting pregnant? Because wouldn't you want to get pregnant by a good guy that you know that's going to be a provider, that's going to be your fiance, that's going to be a good husband, that's going to be a lifelong partner, that's going to be somebody that's going to be supportive of your dreams and your aspirations, somebody that's going to be with you through your darkest times or your happiest times, somebody that's going to uplift you when you need it, somebody that's going to give you that nudge or the push in the right direction when you feel unsure about yourself, and also somebody that's going to realize the value that you have, somebody that's going to respect you, somebody that's going to see you with or without makeup, or on your best or your worst day, and still look and tell you that, yo, you're beautiful, I love everything that I see about you, I need you in my life, I'm happy that you're here. You've done so much for me. I appreciate everything that you've done for me. It is a blessing for me to have you directly in my life. And I could not see myself without you. If I didn't have you in my life, I wouldn't know what type of man I would be. Are those not the things that women would technically want to hear from a good guy or a quote unquote decent guy that is out there that should be in a relationship with them? Or is it that women just want to complain just to complain and have an excuse as to why it is that they're picking the bad guys so that they can incur and take on all of that negative stuff, which is then going to build on top of the fact that a lot of women don't want to be responsible for the choices in men that they selectively choose to sleep with, be with, and be in a relationship with. Because as I stated before, the one thing that God has given women that he didn't give men is the whole thing with intuition. Women are able to, in a sense, read and see a man before he even steps up and say hello, before he even asks for her number, different things like that. So I ask, why forego that natural God-given gift that you have, that is, been given to you, that men don't even have? Why forego that and to not pay attention to anything that is blatantly like you have a spider sense? So you're going to, in a sense, still walk into danger, even though you know that it's a situation that's going to be detrimental to you, that's not going to be beneficial, that it could potentially put your life in danger or other people that you know of in danger just because you're dealing with this specific individual or individuals. Like I said, I'm just looking for answers. That's it. Like I said, if people have had negative interactions, bad interactions, you know, things happen. But as I stated before, what part did you play in those negative interactions in order to even make it that far? What choices did you specifically make? If you are 100% honest with yourself and you look back at all of your negative relationships that you've had, what part did you play? What things did you see that you allowed yourself to be blinded to because of emotions? Because, oh, I love him, or, oh, I can change him, I can make him a better person, and all these other things. What did you do wrong that enabled and allowed this person to mistreat you, to scar you, to jade you, and to put you into the mindset that you have where you feel that there are no good men or that you can't just seem to find a good man? And last but not least, the main thing that I would also want to tell a lot of women out here is that you should focus on your energy. Whatever energy you put out into the universe, that's the exact same energy that the universe is going to give back to you. So if you tell the universe that you can't seem to find a good man, or that, good men don't exist, then the universe is going to give you exactly what you're asking for. Fine, you can't find a good man. We're going to give you every single thing else that you asked for. Right? You state that you don't want a man to be negative towards you. You don't want a man to resent you. You don't want a man to be misogynistic. You don't want a man to belittle you. You don't want a man to be sexist. You don't want a man to be a liar. You don't want a man to be this, that, and the third. Right? So the universe doesn't believe in don't. The universe just does. So everything that you attached a won't and a don't and a shouldn't to, the universe is just going to believe that as truth. So you want a man, instead of, you don't want a man to be a liar, you want a man to be a liar. You want a man to be a womanizer. You want a man to be somebody that's going to, treat you wrong, that's going to disrespect you, and so on and so on and so on. Like I said before, um, to a lot of people out there that understand energy, that understand a mental process of putting certain things out there, they will be able to grasp and understand what it is that I'm saying. To a lot of other people, they'll just blow it off, and they'll just feel that I'm just trying to talk negatively about women, and this is just another way to put women down, which realistically it's not. Because for me, I'm just talking. I'm also trying to seek an answer to something that for me as a guy does not make sense in the long run. But anyways, if you stayed that long to listen to, my whole, I guess, conversation, leave a comment in the comment description below. I would love, for the women, I would love to hear what it is that you think about any and everything that I've stated, how you feel specifically about it. And maybe we can turn that into a live stream topic, and you guys can just like chime in or something like that. But anyways, just let me know in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.